Okay. Hello. Wait. Facebook always doesn't let me live stream after I'm late for 10 minutes. But hello, guys. How's it going? It's me, Yoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. It's nice to see you all again. How are you? Ohio. 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 Hello. Hello. Happy weekend. Yes. Ah, a week. It's been a week, and it's really fast. Time flies, but time flies so fast. I'm forgetting English. How are you guys? Where are you guys tuning in from? I feel like I haven't been catching up with the news for a while now, but I think I'm exhausted from our election. Like I didn't really do much this time, but it's it's the emotional side, I think, that the candidates that I was pushing didn't make it, and I'm not really thinking about it, but I think that subconsciously maybe I'm like dragging that and I feel kind of tired. And also, the season is changing, and every time in November, my health condition isn't good. So I keep playing games. and But this week, though, I watched many movies. I watched Ted 1, Ted 2, and Yukio Mishima's movie in Japanese, and 007, like the current main actor's original one. So I think my husband will force me to watch like newer version so that I can prepare for the newest version in the theater. But anyway, hello from Dallas, Texas. Hello. You startled me since there was no intro. Yeah, I know. I mean, the intro music somehow gets like copyright claim now after like a year or two. It's crazy. But so I stopped using the intro. I should make a new one. Atlanta, USA. USA. I I think I should get like I have a world map around there. It's kind of hidden by my art, but I should buy a USA map. Yeah. Like I still don't remember all the states. So yeah. I know Virginia. Virginia, California, where I've been, and Texas, Arizona, and North Carolina, South Carolina. Like I remember bits and pieces, but anyway, tomorrow, is it 2 days from now or so? I heard that Biden is, having an online conference or summit with Xi Jinping. And my husband was saying that Xi Jinping will probably invite Biden to the Beijing Olympics coming in February. So, yeah, probably Biden will not answer, the reply. Like, he won't reply to that, but there will be probably the invitation. And Beijing Olympics is something that we must stop from happening. And so we as Japanese over here in Japan, we are cooperating with people that are oppressed by CCP, like Tibetans, Uyghurs, Southern Mongolians, Hong Kongers, and Chinese Democrats. We are forming like this alliance with them, and we are doing this, anti-Beijing Olympics movement, like Beijing Olympics boycott movement, and we are also, like cooperating with our international network as well. But I think that the world still, like, somehow Beijing Olympics hasn't been the hot topic yet. So we really, really need to push. I think that the Democrats in the US are kind of doing the activity, but I hope that the conservative side will join more. Yeah, Yoko, is there a Candace Owens type of conservative woman in Japan other than you, of course? Thanks for putting me there. That's kind of you. I would like to see the definition of Candace Owens though. Like, if age doesn't matter, then definitely Yoshiko Sakurai. She's much powerful though, I think, than Candace Owens. But yeah, Yoshiko Sakurai is the best as a female in Japan. Like, she's an old type, so for example, like when it comes to domestic politics, Yoshiko Sakurai is great, but when it comes to diplomacy and the politics overseas, like American election and so forth, her judgment can be wrong. So that's something to pay attention to. But yeah, and Japanese women are not really good at the politics. There are talented people behind the scenes, like secretaries and activists and so forth, but those who are like opinion leaders, they just want attention. And they're not smart either. So like we are always cringing, like, oh, that woman just wants to you know get some money by clinging to that man, the powerful man, or oh, she's talking about this just to sell her books. Like we have that sort of types. But I don't know about, yeah, like we need more people on our side. Yeah, leftists are good at uh you know raising the resources, like human resources, so like they can make like some women heroines sort of, and so start selling their books and keep talking about them on the newspaper and blah blah blah. Like they know how to make someone famous, but not conservatives, especially because we're not powerful when it comes to media coverage. So I don't even know where we can start the fight. But at least though, online in Japan, like conservatives or right wings are dominating the internet, as I keep repeating. um yeah, so that's a good symptom. I think that the younger generation can be exposed to our side of information, so that's good. But the problem of our side of information is that there are lots of umaos, like Chinese spies, that are writing in Japanese to trick people into thinking that something is good, but then in reality they are agitated enough to divide the conservative community. That happens a lot. Like communists know how to divide their enemy, like meaning us. So that happens a lot. And also conspiracy theory is always like bothering us. Yeah. Anyway, you could write your own intro music since you know how to write songs. Yeah, that's true. I should rap or something. uh, North Dakota. It says Dakota? Dakota. 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 Yes, great idea. Put pins or stickers on the map where your viewers. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah. Have you been to Miyajima Island? No, I think I remember it's known for its mochi, or maybe something else. Miyajima? I don't even know. I'm not too familiar with. Like, I'm such a hikikomori. I don't know if you know the term hikikomori. Like, it's a Japanese word that we use often. It's a social problem now. But like hikikomori people, like we're stuck home and we're like, I don't know, like we shut ourselves out from the society and we are stuck home all the time. And I don't step out from my house like for days sometimes. So, but anyway, yeah, Miyajima, where's that? Is that no, that's Itsukushima. I get confused. Sorry. Sorry. If Biden goes to the Olympics, he will probably fall asleep again. That can be kind of good, I guess. Falling asleep, like this is boring. But no, I remember Nancy Pelosi said that the US at least has to do diplomatic boycott. So yeah, the left side is strong against CCP when it comes to human rights oppression. So that's good, but I don't know. He wouldn't go, would he? He didn't even come to Tokyo Olympics, you know? I'm really I'm a little concerned. We gotta watch him. Hey Yoko, it's starting to get cold here in Illinois. It's so cold here in Japan now. I'm using, like, when I go to sleep, I'm using like doubled blankie. Like it's like two layers, and on the top of that, I use this massive like feather kind of futon. It's like it's so thick, and yeah, I'm like so. It's very cold now here, and it's like for the weather here. It like suddenly it became winter. You know, there was no fall, and yeah, we're like we are having a hard time adjusting our body. Did you hear Republican Congressman Paul Gosar made a Shingeki no Kyojin meme of him as the main character in AOC as a title in AOC Nancy? Ted Liu and other them started getting crazy at the anime meme. Seriously? What? I didn't know that. I should check it out. Is it Attack of the... What's the English name? Huh? I will look that up later. Just took a note. Is there any good signs for the birth rate, or is it still in a massive decline in Japan? I don't know the like percentage or anything, but I do hear that it's our problem. And but from like what I know though is that it's a economical problem rather than the population or birth rate itself. So like we should think about it after we fix economic problems. Yes, but I think it's the same though in America. Like people get married way later than before, and people are picky about having babies, and yeah, people plan things now. Yeah, planned parenthood. Yeah, it's a bad influence. What's so funny? The meme you mean? There's a movement to stop the job mandate. Over 17,000 deaths. New Nuremberg Code violation. What? I don't get it. What? I really miss Abe. He may not have been perfect, but he is better than the rest. Yeah, he's a. Like conservatives love them, but at the same time, he is criticized often as a globalist, but he's just a realist, you know. And he is really, really powerful inside of LDP. Like the more I am into the political activities here in Japan, I realize that wow, he's got power. And this time, by the way, so the top of LDP is such a huge party that there are factions, right? Many factions, and the factions are made because of the election situation and so forth. Like like National Diet member helping each other, and they become like a faction somehow. But anyway, so there are many different groups inside of one big party, LDP, and the biggest faction is Abe's party. No, Abe's faction, and before though, it was not his, like he belongs to the faction, but he wasn't the leader. But the leader, the leader of his faction had to not only get out of his faction but also LDP in order to be the what you call gicho. What's the gicho in English? Like a like a Nancy Pelosi type of position. chair. I can't believe I forgot the word. So yeah, so in order to become the chair of the House of Representatives, yeah. So this old guy had to leave Abe's faction, even though he was the leader. And so now Abe is left as like as in the powerful position, and so Abe therefore became the leader of the faction, the biggest faction inside of LDP, and now Abe is on the top. So again, he is becoming powerful inside of his party. So it's exciting, and then conservatives are loving the name Abe Ha. Like Ha means faction here. So, oh no, did I freeze? Did I freeze? The internet here is not stable recently, and I really hate it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to use another camera now. Yeah, back to the camera. This makes me look get gigantic. Like the internet here, like I don't know what's wrong, but I don't know if it's the router or our internet itself, but hello, my gigantic face. Okay. Thank goodness Umo English is really bad, so we spot them easily. That happens in Japanese as well. Yeah, like on their profile, they look kind of real, you know. Like, oh, I am a conservative, and I support Abe. And then the person tweets weird stuff in weird Japanese. Like we can tell, like this person is a spy. So yeah, that happens. But Japan has been a poor country where a mere eight $880 equivalent to 100,000 yen in Japanese yen in benefits can cause public outcry. I don't get it. Why? In benefits can cause public outcry. What is about outcry? Man, I need to learn. Isn't it crazy that I've been studying English for over two decades and I still don't know words? Shout, scream, outcry, yell, exclamation, scream, shout, yell, exclamation, outcry, yell. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Huh. Oh, like, so I think I get it. Okay. You are Hikikomori? Yeah. Oh, yeah, hermit. Yes, it's a hermit. I'm a hermit. Hermit. Yes. Nancy Pelosi needs to boycott her plastic surgery. Be nice, man. I understand your anger, but yeah. I bet the things are different if you are American, you know. Of course I'm from Japan. Like I'm a foreigner to America, so I don't have as much like negative image on Nancy Pelosi, right? Like I'm always thinking about this war against CCP, and for that, on that, you know, Nancy Pelosi is not bad. So like, but I'm pretty sure that there are many problems inside of the U.S. So yeah, that's a tricky part when it comes to diplomacy. You know, we think that oh, someone is our friend in another country, but the person can have many enemies inside of her country. Yeah. It's been cold here in Mississippi. I had to get heaters for my chickens. Oh, you have chickens? You're raising chickens? Yeah, yeah. I need heaters now. Yes. She she had the big CCP meeting this week, right? Now he's supposedly up or done there with Mao and Ping. Yeah. Oh yeah. There was a meeting, I think. Yeah, we did see that. I don't remember the date. Man, I need to get back on in game. Like I have been a little distant from politics. It just happens after elections every time, whether it's American election or here. I think that maybe I'm just spiritual, connecting with people. And when people are down, I feel down. It's a female thing. Attack on Titan. Oh yes, yes, yes. Attack on Titan. Yeah. Interesting. Gosar. Yeah, I'll look that up. I see some hits now. Paul Gosar's Attack on Titan meme. Okay. Oh, I should put that. Oh, how does that spelling is? Gosar on Titan meme. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see many hits. Wait, can I see the? I'm checking the. What the hell? I see. Should I share the share screen and what I'm looking at right now? What is this? It? Oh no! Is that what? Wow! I gotta watch this. Huh? Isn't it crazy that things like this can get pretty political? Like it's meant for, of course, it's made for political reasons, but it's interesting how this can actually affect politics nowadays. That's really great. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah. She's pro-vaccine, guys. Bleh. Okay. Hello from Australia. WA. Pass. Pass. Oh yeah, I know that place. At least in like Japanese pronunciation. uh, who's your favorite columnist in Japan? I know that in the US you like Sarah Carter. Oh yeah. Yoichi Shimada, I would say. He speaks English too, and he has a Twitter account, Yoichi Shimada. And hmm, I'm trying to think. When it comes to economy, Yuya Watase is good. He's familiar with American politics as well. And he's got some friends in the US. So, like, he has, I don't know what it is, but he has direct source in the US. So, he's pretty accurate when it comes to, like, the US election and so on. Yuya Watase. Uh, Man, there's so many like famous opinion leaders here in Japan, but the majority are just doing business and they're not really political, They don't even have sources and they just imagine things out of what they read on the news or what they see the newspaper or what they see on TV, like just like the rest of us. And so I don't trust them. Like we know better than they do as activists. Like we're directly connected to National Diet members often. So yeah, China owes everything in Australia, and Australians are blind to it. Yeah, same problem here in Japan. I think that Australia and Japan are in like we're in a similar situation right now, like we're dependent on China, like economically too. Yeah. So my nose is running right now. It's chilly here. Australia is making camps to contain unvaccinated people. Really? that's that's massive. uh, To be fair, China owns everything in every country, and most people are blind to. I agree. I agree. Especially Africa and so on. Those places that need money or budget, like, or it's rather that China plays the game better than us. Like, the developed countries. Yeah, they know how to conquer. It's and they don't even care about the rules. Yeah, like, as for countries like China and Russia and their friends, we can't use verbal language, and the only language that they understand is power and money. So that's the language that we have to use, instead of trying to talk them into something, because they will not listen. They're like gangs. Hot, there's hardly a temperature. It's freezing. I bet. Yeah. Is Japan turning the nuclear power plants back on? No. The left is trying so hard to stop our nuclear power plants. Some are now restarting, or have restarted, but not everything. And we we're I mean, winter is starting. And so, like, people will be using lots of power, right? Like electricity, yeah. And the shortage will be the problem. And now there are even warnings, I think, that, like, people are talking about it. Oh, there will be like a shortage of power, but the reason why is because the left attacked the nuclear power plants so much that we don't have them running. Like, we have the system, but we're not using it. Yeah. And was it Germany or somewhere? I don't remember where, but which country was that? I think it was Europe. Like, some country is now, like, planning to build a nuclear power plant, and the leftists here are not protesting against that. And somehow the nuclear power plants here is bad. Of course, they blame the earthquake, but our nuclear power plants in Fukushima prefecture, it got the disaster due to the tsunami, not the earthquake. I mean, tsunami did happen through earthquake, but you know what I mean. So yeah, like, leftists know, like, leftists here, like, leftists are different in each country, but leftists here in Japan, they are pretty much working for China. Like, by China I mean CCP. So they know what, like, the things that there are, like, certain things that they do, like, they are anti-Japan, like, and especially they attack the root of our, like, a national spirit, like, so they attack our history, and they attack on our economy, and so, like, yeah, they create this bad circulation, and at the same time, like, they insist on, like, communist type or socialist type of things, that sort of agenda. And also they attack all nuclear power plants. Like, yeah, without that we can't survive. So yeah, we have enemies inside. Japan rebuilding a military ASAP. This is not post-World War II era. Yeah, it's the 21st century. It's all about fighting China. Yes. Yes. Thanks for saying that. Yeah. I I don't know why, like, uh it's so easy to know that, right? Like, nowadays even leftists understand the problem of China, their desire for hegemony and their ongoing expansionism. Like, yeah, even leftists know that, because they care so much about the human rights oppression. But I don't know why. Like when I started to pay attention to politics, I was shocked by how many times our self defense force is stopping Chinese aircrafts from entering into our airspace, and also they come into our territorial waters or waters around it, and it's really shocking that there are fights or war happening already between my country and China, and the media is kind of covering it, but they don't have the narrative, the right narrative, you know. It's crazy, man. I don't know what to do. But one thing about Japanese people is that Japanese people are like when we raise our voice from within, like inside of Japan, like our country, then people don't listen. But like it doesn't matter if you're on the right side or left side. But when foreigners raise voice about Japan, then we somehow listen. So I think that the key is to raise our voice like internationally, you know. So yeah, I need to do a better job connecting countries and activists and so on. Do I see a super chat? Do I see a super chat? Summer. Oh yeah, thank you for your super chat. Better get home back. Remember that la 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 is coming and there are four lights. Unite. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. A lot of the term I don't understand, but thank you. Thank you always for your support. Yeah. I'm kind of I've been slacking lately, I must admit, but this is what I do for a living. I'm pretty much a housewife, so my husband is somehow, you know, making a living, like, you know, paying for the rent and so forth, but that's not enough, so I have to work. But yeah, this is what I do, so it's really helpful. Okay. just just spot a Uma or just say Taiwan is a country. That's a good tactic. I should use that. Yeah. Do you think that Taiwan is a country? Yeah. Yoraba taiju no kage. That's such a huge expression I don't understand. I'm not really sophisticated, so I still have the freedom to travel overland, but airplane flight is becoming more threatened. Threatened in what way? Um, what's scary about flights for us, like my husband and I? We have to make sure that we don't fly over China's territory, you know, whether it's China itself or their friends. Because there was a case that I don't remember the details, but like some country was trying to catch this guy, and he got on the plane and he flew over the country that this country's like the airspace of the his country's friend, yeah. And so like when he just flew over, the plane was forcibly like it landed and then he was caught. And so that's there's now an example like that. So we have to be careful, like if someone, you know, if a country wants to take you down, they can do anything. So yeah, your English is superb. Thank you. I try. Oh, so in the meantime, I've been kind of, you know, away from politics. I've been hermit, you know, hermit mode, Yoko. I've been watching lots of Netflix too. Yeah, I finished You 3. There's a there's a TV show You. Yeah, I finished You. I finished Riverdale. I what did I watch? And I'm watching Lock and Key. Like all are meant for like teenage kids, I know, but it's lately the creation is so beautiful. Like, I know that there's the push for LGBT and leftist agenda and whatnot, but I think it's important to know their ideal uh picture, so I don't mind watching because I do enjoy it as well. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of stuff. Yeah, I still haven't. I'm still in the middle of Blacklist. Yeah. uh man, America is so good at like, creating lots of good entertainment. And even though Hollywood is strong, Hallmark movies, they're trying so hard, and you have the alternative at least. Over here in Japan, we don't have that. Our entertainment industry is occupied by leftists. And the past few years, though, I think the that our like kind of conservative leaning ish movies are being created, but so it's gradually changing, but still, yeah, we need to get stronger. A1 level Japanese. Oh, cool. I want to learn another language too. Um, yeah. Like, I should, like, from what I do for my political activities, I know that I should learn Chinese, like Mandarin. But if I am to study Mandarin, I rather want to learn Cantonese because I know how it sounds. I've been friends with lots of Hong Kongers. I don't talk to them anymore, aside from the ones in Japan. But yeah, Cantonese sounds are so good. Like, it's so homey. Like, it's so like warm, and they sound nice, and it's so much different from Mandarin, and I really love the language. So that'll be fun to study, but then I don't know how. And German language is so cool, and I want to learn that one day. But then, like, male and female thing is so difficult for Japanese because we don't have that concept. Yeah, same for Spanish. Yeah. There was a time I had a pen. It's not a pen pal, but I had an online boyfriend who was a Mexican. And yeah, he was living in where was it? San Diego? Yeah, so I went all the way to San Diego to meet him too. And yeah, there was there were lots of Mexican people there. So yeah, like, they come walking inside of San Diego and walk out. Like, I saw the line. Like, I don't know what I saw, but it just looked like that. So it was interesting. But yeah, Spanish is cute too. I want to learn, but I don't know. Like, I need a reason. English was easy because I really loved the sound of American English, and also I wanted to date American guys. So that's a great motivation. Being young is so powerful. Australia gave up their rights to self-defense. Oh no. But Australia is one of the quads, right? Japan, US, India, and Australia. So at least they have the minimum alliance and so on. So I think it's pretty similar to Japan, seriously. Yeah. Japan not having a second amendment will increase crime here. Hmm? Crimes are rising more and more, much alarming than U.S. states that allow guns in self-defense. Here, you should call the police and do none. Yeah, weird crimes are happening recently in Japan. Like, a lot are just mocking other criminals. Yeah, this crazy one guy, I think he was in the 20s. He like he wanted to kill many people, so he decided to go out from here, actually from Fukuoka prefecture, and he went to Tokyo. Maybe he stopped by at many other places, but he went to Tokyo, and on the Halloween day he got dressed up as a Joker, and then he got on a train and he started to, you know spread the liquid. I believe it's like some kind of oil, like a gasoline, whatever. I don't know what the content was, but very something to put a fire on. And then this old guy tried to stop him, and then the criminal stabbed him, and blah blah blah. And then now there are other cases that people are doing crazy things on the train. And yeah, but this happens every once in a while. But it's like a wave, it comes and goes. So I'm not really worried about it, if that's what you were talking about. I'm not sure. But yeah, ourselves, they're crazy people, but the crazy thing about Japan is that Japan is thought to be this small island nation, in the world. uh but the thing is that the actual size of Japan is not very small compared to Europe and so on. It's actually huge. Like it's due to how the map is written, and also our population is very large, larger than European countries, for example. And yeah, so when it comes to the ratio of or percentage of crimes, it's pretty low. And yeah, we are doing well, I think. And then when it comes to, I think the weird stuff happens often in the city. Like people are in the cities, they are stressed out, and they can be weird. It's good to take breaks from politics for a while. I had to do the same after our election. Yeah, I know. Remember though when Trump won was the best though, because leftists had to do like coloring books and so on. It's the therapeutic things. I understand that though. It's the same for both sides. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Twitter, did I tell you that I got restricted on or temporarily banned on Twitter for like 12 hours? I couldn't use Twitter for 12 hours. Like I could still read, but I couldn't tweet my own tweet and also react to others, like giving hearts and so on. So yeah, I couldn't do that for 12 hours recently. And that's due to the my expression that I used, referring to the criminal that I just mentioned, the Joker criminal here in Japan. Like I called him crazy, but I used this special words that you are not supposed to use, due to political correctness. And so I was writing on a tweet like, political correctness doesn't let you use this term, but there are these people, like look at this criminal, right? Like I tweeted out like that, and then that got me restricted on Twitter. And not sure if that's automatic or someone reported it, but yeah, it's crazy. Like, who cares about me calling crazy people crazy? Like, why would you have to be so sensitive about it? I don't get it. I don't get it. Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand, and other Asian Pacific nations must protect themselves against China. Yes! I completely agree. Yeah. Let's go faster. Wait, how many comments do I have? Oh, another super chat. Thank you. Good night. Get a coffee and stay warm. Thank you. I love coffee. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you guys have a fireplace at your home or your parents' home? Like when I picture America and like a cold weather, I picture like a fireplace and a couch in front of it and so on, and all the cozy stuff. We don't have that here. We kind of used to. Like we have inside of our living room, there's this like, we have a soil, squared land, or I don't know what to call it, but oh, you're going to bed too? See you. Sayonara, Yoko-san. Sayonara. Oh, yeah. I need to go in 15 minutes. But lots of comments. We have lots of comments. You have a cozy fireplace, but you are in New England. Ooh. Even in Southern California, most homes have fireplaces. Cool. Oh, man. Man, I wish we had that here. And I used to think that fireplaces are kind of old-fashioned, and um, part of me was like, right? But then I realized like it's efficient. Just burn the woods or whatever, whatever you can torch, and then you can feel warm, right? But electricity is kind of inefficient because you can just put on fire, but how electricity works, especially like for certain ways, so like a therm, I don't know the term. I don't know what it's called in English, but you burn something and you get the energy and it's sent to you, and then it like it's converted, right? Like you burn something, it's converted as an energy, and then it warms you up. And I'm like, just why don't you just put it on fire? Like, why don't you just lit something, right? Light something. Yeah, it's kind of weird when you think about it. No fireplace. Oh yeah, stove. Yeah. Don't you have one of those tables with a blanket and heater built in it? Oh yeah. I think I do. Yeah. There one table here at our place. It has the system. We've never really used it though, because I don't see the cables. But yeah, it's pretty common here. Called kotatsu. We have like a square table, and underneath, like under the surface, yeah, there's this built-in heater. I love that stuff. It makes you want to sleep though. And on the top of the table we have like so table and futon, like a blanket, like it's warm inside, and then on the top of that we have a bowl of mikan, like orange. That's the Japanese picture. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's really cold, Okay. Oh, you use Gab. Yeah, I need to think about my platform. Japanese people annoyed because they can't travel internationally with that 10-day quarantine. It's so long. Oh, yeah. I, I feel like it's kind of a taboo to think about travels now. Like, yeah, we don't talk about going abroad now. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, we don't talk about it. I feel like the Japanese people are so like we censor each other, you know? And we don't allow one person to get happy. Like we all have to get happy when we want to. Like if you know what I mean. Like yeah. I got banned from Twitter very quickly. Yeah. You were banned from Twitter too? For a few hours. Don't know why, and I only have like 10 followers. Wow. It must be automatic. Especially in English, it's easy, I think. In Japanese, we have a lot of different words and expressions, so it's hard to, to catch, I think, but you should just drop Twitter, Twitter entirely. It's a toxic waste dump that creates mental illness. You really, really hate Twitter. That's funny. Uh, yeah. Yep. You got banned from. Everyone is banned from Twitter. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Sorry, I'm like scrolling up now. Manga is killing American comics. Top 30 are always manga. Really? Wow. I thought that Marvel is the comic kind, right? America is cool because you guys have Comic Con and so on. Like the industry is huge, I think. And yeah, mm, like Japanese people are now proud of our creation, manga and anime and so on. But it's thanks to people overseas that they evaluated our stuff highly. So then we realized, like, oh, it's actually cool, you know. So yeah. But there are countries like China that is really good at copying stuff or styles. So now they're really polishing what they do. They're doing so well. It's crazy. Like back in the day when Chinese people try to, copy things from other countries. It used to be like low quality, but now now somehow Chinese people are getting good at what they do. And yeah, I mean we do inspire each other, so I don't know how much is a copy, but the same thing is happening for gaming industry too, though, because yeah, Chinese and Korean games are often said as like a just a copy from other things. But learn Korean. I love the language. 안녕하세요. It sounds so beautiful. Just look up the lessons on YouTube. I promise that. True. Good. That's a good point. Like Korean language is the same order as the Japanese language. When I speak in English, I have to mix up the order in my head, like when I create or make sentences. I'm used to it, so now I can do it fast. But I used to have a problem with that before. Yeah, Korean, but it looks like just like symbols, So it's hard. I watch J drama specifically. They are highly entertaining in my opinion. Since K drama has too much romance, I think Korean people are very romantic and very emotional. Yeah, very dramatic. That's the impression that I have. I really haven't watched much, but there was a time when our media was pushing Korean dramas here, and everyone was talking about it and watching those series. And yeah, it's so emotional and dramatic. I don't I don't watch the entertainment from my own country because I don't learn stuff from it. I watch I think it's the same for you guys as well, that I want to learn like different cultural values, and also I want to be sucked into the sounds of another language and get used to it. So that's why I watch lots of Netflix, as an English study and cultural studies. So yeah, so I don't know much about my country's entertainment, but yeah. Your comics beat the crap out of Western comics. What? Why do you think that is, though? I wonder why. Is it the plot or the ways that the level of drawing, or I don't know why. Is it a story or a culture, maybe? Like a lot of Western guys like Japanese schools somehow. Like uniforms and notice me senpai kind of thing. And do you like Squid Games on Netflix? I have not seen it. I haven't watched it either. I I'm so twisted that I don't follow the trend, you know? So I'm always watching something a little different from like others. Yeah. And also that's Korean, right? I'm interested in like all I watch is American stuff. I'm so picky. I know I shouldn't. I should like there are lots of shows from like you know Spain or France or other countries, and it's there. I know, but I somehow don't watch it. I think I like to catch what they're saying, so maybe that's why. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I have to go in 5 minutes. Mm. Taiwan is a territory of the Republic of China, and the RC must do a reconquista to save the Chinese people. Yeah, Taiwan. We need to make Taiwan independent. But inside of Taiwan, though, like Taiwanese people have different ideas inside. Some people insist the independence of Taiwan, and when they say that, they mean the main island, and maybe a few others, but pretty much the main island, right? But others claim that the other like it goes up to like the Chinese mainland also. So when we talk about the independence of Taiwan, it can be kind of controversial, I think. And that's what I think that aspect is kind of stopping Taiwan from getting independent. There are lots of debate that has to be done. Say hi to Hide. Seems like a real nice guy. Yeah, he is. He is really nice. He's very sophisticated, and he's become very tolerant, I think. Because like in order to keep a marriage with me, you have to be very tolerant. Leave Yoko alone when she needs to sleep. Leave Yoko alone when she needs to play games. And let her rumble in front of a computer and that sort of things. But yeah, in return though, I don't care about him drinking every day and his volume going a little too loud when he speaks. Yeah, I've been tolerant. He washes the dishes every day though. That's nice of him. Yeah, does the sometimes he does the laundry as well. I think he's the kind of person who needs to do things at his pace, or else he gets irritated. So I'm like, fine, do the housework if you want to. Anyway, um, let's see, let's see. I'm just watching. Oh, super chat! Thank you. Manga is seeing us better than Marvel and DC. Marvel and DC is because of politics forced into Western comics, making characters gay who weren't before, etc. Yeah, I see that happening recently. It's awful. Like, well, actually, Same thing is happening here in Japan as well. Like, only a tiny bit, but sometimes communists push our their agenda onto our like children's books. So they say like, oh, this character must become a female as well, and so then it gets backfired though, saying like, oh, just make another story then. But sometimes communists here are good at doing like political activities. They're good at creating events. So maybe they will have a small gathering to let children learn about different ways that the children books can be written, or different version of the story. they create a different version of a story, and then they tell the story to the children and let them think. And so they have that event, for example. I've seen that on the news once recently. And so that can happen. But yeah, it's really terrible. Uh, what I'm realizing in Japan, we do have the push of LGBT, and don't get me wrong though. Like in Japan, our religious beliefs and our cultural background, it doesn't stop us from loving LGBT people. Like it's inside of our culture actually, just different. It's just different when it comes to marriage, but oh yeah, and recently, you know how YouTube recommend random videos on your feed, and I was watching this like romance related videos, like guys giving advice to women in order to, make your crush fall in love with you type thing. Like it's a love related videos, and I was watching that and I realized that there are guys that are helping women here to have a healthy relationship with guys. And so it's like and they talk about what they love about women, and how women should treat guys, and they have all this advice to each other. And I realized, like, oh, this is good. Like it's not fighting against LGBT, but it's encouraging men and female to fall in love and get married. And they actually some yeah, and that actually those content creators, they are the creators of their matching app. So matching up, like dating app and so on, or the apps to let people meet each other, and hopefully to encourage them to get married. So they make all this advice type of videos. And their channels are big too, and it's multiple of channels. And I got to learn about the side of YouTube recently, right? And I'm like, oh, that's good. And it's amazing how we can openly talk about all these things, like just men and female. So that's important, I thought. Yeah, we need to counter to all this agenda. Oh, suddenly I'm sleepy. Hi, Yoko. Hello. Hello. You don't care about LGBT. I personally, I don't know. I'm a female, but at the same time, I used to be a tomboy. So and the problem that I have as a woman is that I think like a man. Actually, like it's not because of how my brain is, but it's because I think it's coming from spending a lot of time around guys, and especially talking to my husband 24/7. Like it gets to you, right? And what that means is that I can't talk to girls here. Like I don't know how to deliver a conversation with females now anymore. Like, I did have problems when I was young as well, but yeah, it's becoming a problem. So I think that because of that, sometimes I understand the struggles that LGBT people have. Like trying to get adjusted in the society and so forth. So I am tolerant when it comes to that, but when it comes to marriage, like legal things, then that's a different story. So yeah, that's how I am. Yeah, Japan has always had the Okama thing. Yes, the gay thing. But it's not a gay, but like guys uh behaving as a female. Yeah, but it's been pushed now more towards younger demographics to make it seem as the standard instead of the natural state. in Japan, it's still like guys do that when it comes to like comedy type of things, I think. Yeah. Like guys guys here are so weird. They like to dress up as a woman somehow. But they're pretty though when they do that. So that's the fun part. And yeah. Yeah. They are social engineering our citizens to their agenda and trying to demoralize normal males here. What I think about, at least about guys here, is that young guys are more like girls, like their fashion and they're like average guys, they're masculine guys as well still, but the majority are like scrawny, and it's due to how our bone structure is. But still, I feel like they are pretty girly and not reliable, I feel, especially young guys. But somehow though, they when they hit like 30s or 40s, they start to become like a down to earth type of old male. you know I don't know what happens along the way, but they do change, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, young people are kind of weird. um yeah, but I do understand the concern of you guys. But I think that at the same time, there, like, when it comes to stuff like this, there's a cultural barrier, between Japan and Western nations. Japan is a little unique when it comes to gender. Yeah. You have no idea how Western comics are. Yeah, I it's scary. I don't want to know. Man, how are people protesting against it? Like a movement? You should make that into a movement. Because we gotta fight. And in order to fight that, though, like, we gotta show that we cherish the differences. The biggest problem that the leftist people have is that they are actually not being coherent. Like, they are, what's it called in English? I don't remember the word right now. Somehow forgot. But so they want diversity, right? They're but they are actually rejecting diversity by trying to get rid of the traditional ideas, or the difference between male and female and so on. The true diversity means, I believe, is that everyone can believe in different things in different worlds, right? And just let people do whatever they want. And somehow, but at least, we should have a minimum understanding or common sense to run the society together, like coexist in the society. And but somehow leftists are forcing us to believe in their way of thinking, so that is actually going against diversity. So that's the point, I think, that we should all point out, that, oh, we do agree with diversity, it's important, freedom is important, so you should you should give us that. At least that way of debate works here in Japan, but I guess not in other countries. He... What? I recall the joke Yoko made with his then future husband about him not looking young enough or something similar. I might have said that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm talking too much. Uh, Man, talking to you guys is so fun, but I have to go. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I'm watching lots of Netflix shows, and I'm a little sad that blondes are bad people now in TV shows. Every time, like, Republican looking guys are the bad guys, you know? That needs to stop. Like, you should have a variety of settings, right? But every time it's like the same formation of race, and that's something that keeps bothering me. Yeah. It's like the main characters are like I watch a lot of shows meant for teenage girls, and the patterns that often happens is that the main characters are like are white but not blonde, and then their best friends are somehow black people, and then and these key people are somehow like kind of exotic, like Asian or like Middle Eastern or some sort. And yeah, bad guys are white blondes, and like there's a pattern, you know. Yeah, it's very interesting, but man, we need to stop that sort of discrimination. Three YouTube channels you might like on this subject: Geeks and Gamers and Quartering and Midwestly. Have a good night. Thank you. I should check that out. Thank you. Yeah, Geeks and Gamers, you guys keep recommending me. I think I've tried to watch, and I didn't get to the part of like I didn't understand what they were talking about when I checked that out. Like it was not political. But anyway, social engineering. Okay, that's a new term that I should spread in Japan. Japan, which it was a weird pronunciation. Japan, social engineering. Okay. Uh, interesting, interesting, interesting. Thank you for letting me know about that. Yeah, I need to learn all these terms that you guys are using, so that it's important to learn, you know, the terms that you are using and the premise of your debates and so on, so that I can introduce that here to get ready beforehand, you know, before leftists start the same rhetoric here. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Netflix is poison. It's fun though. Like it's I'm when I watch stuff, I keep analyzing, you know. Oh, like they prepare that they have this character to do this and that. And oh, this is a bridge and blah blah blah. And oh, this background is creating like this sort of influence. Like I like to analyze the intention behind each work, because I'm a creator as well. So like I haven't been creating much, but my mind is like creator mind. So anyway, does Japan have the term race? Yes, 人種, 人種. Yes, 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 yes. Feminism is going crazy in South Korea? Huh, I didn't know that. Now Battlefield hardly has any white male soldiers again. Oh no. That's interesting. Call of Duty has lots of female soldiers, by the way. And I think though it's just to, you know, please male male players, but yeah, that's funny. I feel bad for white people, seriously. When you know, coming from Japan, of course, I'm happy that, you know, some Japanese people do get married with foreigners. Like it's cool because it's a small ratio, but when it comes to Americans, I want them to keep the white blood. You know, like it's good to when it's good when people love each other, but at the same time I'm like, oh, I hope that beautiful people will be kept as well. um hmm? Would you ever move from Japan and live in a different country? Would you move to the US ever? Actually, no. As much as I love America, and like if I am to live overseas, definitely it would be the US. But I just love my country too much to leave. I've been to, of course, I have had trips overseas. Like especially in 2019, I went to India and South Korea. In 2017, I went to Hong Kong. And when I was younger, I went to America twice, Virginia and California. So I've traveled around, but even when just to have a short trip, I missed my home country so much that I couldn't, like, it was like heartbreaking. Like, and it's not only a matter of my country, it's my prefecture. I have to be here. My soul is in my hometown and I just can't leave. So yeah, I wish that I was more flexible though, so that I could enjoy the world. But I think that it's just the female side of me that we just protect well the our home and so on. Hmm. Okay, anyway, I could ramble forever with you guys, but I need to go. Uh, thank you. Thank you so much for coming out. I know that I'm not as active as before, but oh, I saw the movie of Mishima. I haven't read anything, and I don't think I will because it's too complex. Like it's so high level, and my understanding probably can't keep up with that sort of stuff. Like I'm not a reader to begin with, so but he's really really good. Now I understand what kind of guy he is. It's amazing. Anyway, no say. Oh, thank you. That's kind of you. Yes, guys. Yes. Good night and take care. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it so much. Yeah, this is a weekly live, so I'll come back again next week at the same time. Okay. Is has a time change? I used to say 11 p.m. EST, but maybe 10 p.m. Yeah, but yeah, it was a nice stream. Thanks you guys. A lot of interesting questions. A lot of good things to think about. Thank you. Japanese Shakespeare. Yeah, I should say that too. Yes, say hello to your husband. Thank you. Yeah, he's hanging laundry now, so I should go help. So, yes, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will talk to you in a week. If you miss me, please follow me on Twitter at Random Yoko. Okay. Oh, yeah. Standard time now. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's dark. It's dark now. Have a good day or night. Okay. Bye bye.